Raper of Dreams.
It's almost done. You didn't like what I did anyway, so.
I was fucking with you, you douche nozzle.
I can only make you look so good.
I have a hard time enough trying to make myself look good. I don't need your help.
But yeah, I'm about to get a new computer because I can't take this one no more.
Again, get one from Declutter. You'll get a refurbished one and a good one at a good price.
No, I don't want refurbished garbage.
Just stop being a cheap bastard, Wayne, and just do what you meant to.
I'm gonna. All right, here's the intro. Here we go. Oh, whoops. Hold on a minute. No, I didn't do. I forgot to share the audio.
Mickey Mouse production right here.
Do not adjust your television. Wayne's a knucklehead.
I am the host now. Yes.
Where did he go?
I am the captain now. Look at me. Look at me.
Uncle Wayne
and we're live
Jabrani.
on YouTube, guys. So
this is what happens when
I'm the
join
much better producer now of the show. You know, I am not Wayne. I am actual JL here. We're going to be bringing on a special episode of Rat Salad Review brought to you by Beyond Bushido and Music is Life and the great Harry Barnett's myriad of podcasts. So everybody, we're just gonna bring it in here. Everybody speak their names and everything. We're gonna go with Harry.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the great Harry Barnett. You may have heard of me from such great shows as, well, I do a lot of shows. I can't name all of them, but just in case you don't know who I am, I've been podcasting for 10, 11, maybe 12 years. I 3D print. I'm just that guy that sits on the park bench that just shouts a lot of stuff, and you just look at him as if, okay, I'll walk the other way. But yeah, I've come to join tonight for the second time on Rat Salad Review because Wayne is a professional who brings his top talent on every now and again. He doesn't think maybe I'll get him on a little bit more often, but yeah, on to everybody else.
I'm so professional. All right, intro.
You know, hey, yeah, I was holding the ship down for you, okay?
You did all right, Wayne.
All right, bye.
It's time for Rat Salad Review.
Welcome everybody to Rat Salad Review. How's everybody?
Wow. Any more enthusiasm, sir?
Freaking Prince Valium over there. Freaking he just came in with all the excitement of a freaking colonoscopy.
Did we break Wayne?
Did you just swallow a bottle of Xanax before you did that?
I might have. I wish I did actually. Then I wouldn't have to do this show.
By the way, that was me in the intro. I was Annette Olsen from Nightwish.
No, but I'm having a lot of technical difficulties right now, so bear with me. Please talk amongst yourselves while I just fix a few things. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Like I told you,
there's a lot of people on here.
Yes.
Like I told you, ask the CDs; they'll tell you what to do.
They don't talk back. All right.
Well,
I think they need some more. You just keep listening to them.
I could probably talk to your. I could probably get more answers out of your 3D printed models behind you than I can get out of my CDs. What are you printing today, by the way?
That's offensive.
Because it's very noisy.
You told me it wasn't.
No, I'm kidding.
Wayne.
Liar! Oh, liar!
I come on this show, take the shine from your dome, and that's why I have to wear these sunglasses. And I take this kind of behavior, and now you don't trick me like that. What a trickster. A trickster. We're going to call you the trickster from now on.
But from the Flash?
Yeah,
exactly, from the Flash. You know, the new trickster. But what am I printing today? I'm printing a Funko Pop, obviously, as you can tell from the background, which you can only see a mile away. Big fan of Funko Pops, actually doing them custom. Got my own one up there, which you can't see because my fucking light is shining. But yeah, big fan of doing some custom Funko Pops that no one's ever done before, usually. So yeah, printing a new pop.
Very cool. Very cool. And also joining us, somebody that's never been on the show before, Mr. Paul Knerr. What's up, Paul?
Hey, not much, man. Just chilling, excited to do this. You know, it sucks that Goldie had to drop, but it's for a good reason. I mean, you can't pass up a 10,000 seat arena to,
Oh yeah.
get your shit out.
Yeah, she's actually playing with
beat that.
Jackal. Do you remember the band Jackal from back in the day? The guy with the chainsaw that used to come out. And,
I love that song.
Yes.
The Lumberjack song. That was
Yeah.
great.
and I had no idea they were.
Yeah, I
still
was
around.
never a big. Neither. Well, I was never a fan, so I wouldn't even know. So,
Yeah.
but good for her.
Yeah.
As long as she does my Slayer cover, she'll be all right. Now she'll stay in my good graces. So
Yeah. So I wish her luck on the show and everything, and we'll reschedule her at some point. But yeah, that'll be fun. And yeah, sorry she's not here, but you know what? You get to deal with us tonight, and we're gonna talk about some music.
that
and
works, man.
whatever else. Yeah. So it'll be fun. And when she
Hell
comes
yeah.
back, when she does reschedule, you guys are more than welcome to come back on as well. So all's good with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Mr. James Lilquist. What's
Yes.
up?
Well, not much this week. I actually got to enjoy a little bit more time here. Got my sea legs back from the podcasting world here. Hopefully, everybody, thank you for the donations to Eric Adams's GoFundMe for his mother. I saw that there's been some significant donations in there, and that's been really awesome in there. So, and then to get my compadre back in there so that we can get back, because we're missing out on a lot of wrestling talk going on right now. Not like there's any news going on in the wrestling world whatsoever this week. Nothing, absolutely nothing happened. Absolutely
No.
dead news time. Absolutely. So,
Oh yeah. Worst time
Wrestling
ever.
still on TV?
Good work.
yeah. Yeah, they're not adding TV shows or anything, and absolutely not. No big stars coming back. No, never.
Hell no.
Not at all. Lou, what's going on with you?
Well, cool thing happened to me last night. I got to interview the ultraviolent beast himself, former BJW champion, CZW champion, Masada. Was on the Music is Live podcast last night. I had an interview with him. We talked for about an hour, and I had a great conversation with him. He is such a good guy, such a great interviewee, and we talked about his career. We talked about what he's doing with his company, Exiled Artifacts, that he makes jewelry and a bunch of accessories, from like bone and things like that, and steel and metal. I mean, I don't know how many of you gentlemen or if any of the viewers at home watch WWE, but the Viking Raiders, the gear that they come out to the ring with, Masada made that. So
awesome.
he's a real
awesome.
master
That's
craftsman. And
He's the deathmatch guy, isn't he?
he's a deathmatch. Yes, the skewers. But
I
to me,
remember-
I was
him,
about
yeah.
to say, Lou, your forehead is very pristine for having to spend an hour with Masada. Usually that doesn't happen.
yeah, no, he didn't stab me in the sixth head. I'm okay. I would say forehead, but it's bigger than a forehead. But
No,
it's a
no,
sixth
sir.
head.
So the sixth head is only refrained for Peyton Manning, and you make sure you pay reverence to that, sir.
Fine. Anyway, but yeah, he was great, and we had such a great time talking about the podcast. He said he wanted to come back again as the show was going on. He was like, thank you for not asking me the same questions as always. So I got the same treatment from him that I got from Sasha from Halloween. So fucking A, that's great. And he was nice enough to he let me post the GoFundMe for Eric on his Facebook page. And he told me to tell Eric that you're in Masada's and his family's prayers. So
Very cool, very cool. And
We all
just
love Eric.
talking about the GoFundMe, it's up to $1,779. So that's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's
And
Wonderful.
And that's all going to go straight for her medical bills, because they need it. So
Yeah, definitely. So and Paul, you're the reason how I know you is because you're a big fan of the Hamid Media Group, and
Yep.
I think we've always talked in like the chat on like the YouTube chats and stuff like that. So you knew that I liked metal, so we kinda pretty much got along through that way. But what do you? Since you're a big wrestling fan,
And I still think that the war on moron should have never beat you. So
That is true.
totally- they're off the list. They don't even get downloaded. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I am a big wrestling fan. I've been a big wrestling fan. I started watching wrestling probably back in the mid '70s.
Hmm.
So
what was your territory?
I remember I was East Coast. I'm originally from Philadelphia, so everything was East Coast, and then it was all WWF, and then bang, here comes on Channel 48, here comes the NWA, and it just set my world on fire from there. And I was like, this is wrestling, you know. And I stuck with it since then. And I was fortunate, you know, back then I went for, I think, 3 straight years to the ECW arena during the heyday of ECW. I've seen it all over there. I was there for Dr. Death and Terry Gordy when they were there. I've seen Brian Lee go off the scaffold, the Eliminators and the Gangsters and that hellish steel cage match. I mean, it was some of the best times, and then we have today. So, yeah, there's that.
Really cool. Now, what do you think of today's product? I mean, it's obviously doesn't compare to
It's the
It's
shit.
shite.
It's the drizzling shits. I can't. And then you just seen this Monday what they did to Karrion Kross
Oh,
and that bullshit they did to him.
Man, I have a
Why
corollary.
does that name sound
Scarlet
familiar?
away.
Killer
Corollary. I
Killer
have one.
Cross. Yeah, I know
They
who
changed
that
his
is.
name.
Yeah.
What's that, James?
Oh,
Have
did
you
they
been
really?
have you been
Killer
watching
Cross.
Neil, have you been watching anything in Japan lately?
No, I haven't. I have to admit I have fallen off from Japan, but I've been really disillusioned. But the only time I know really about wrestling, I don't watch it as much. Is I just listen to Ben Hameen and Vince Russo and Stevie when they do the review shows because it's just so hard to watch.
Yeah.
I won't
I
even
agree.
watch the Hulu shortened versions. It's just it doesn't work for me. And now they're going to blow up NXT, and now they're
Right.
going to blow that up. Like, why?
Yeah, I watch
You
everything
know?
on fast forward, so I never know what's going on. That's why I listen to
Yeah,
Hameen too.
I've watched a couple of NXTs in the last couple of months since Joe Gacy got signed there. But other than that, I haven't watched a WWE show in a long time. I think the WrestleMania I went in 2015 was the last time I was dedicated to watching that. Now, if a friend is doing a show, like I've got a subscription to IWTV. Other than IWTV, I do not watch wrestling at all. Like, yeah, the CM Punk thing, yeah, you know, various things I watch clips of on Twitter. Other than that, it's like I feel like I've outgrown wrestling.
And that is the sad part about it. But I mean, like I'm saying, there's a new promotion out of Japan that's doing the UWF style of wrestling. That is, I think is going to be really fun.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. It's called Lent, or it's called Gleet, and the UWF style is called Lent. LIDET, I think it's, or LIDENT. And it's all UWF shoot style. It's all run by Kiyoshi Tamura, and it's legit, and it's awesome. And that's my type of wrestling. I like that stuff. I like battle arts and all that stuff.
Is there a truth to somebody? I think I heard or read that Onita is trying to bring back FMW.
He has,
Yes,
and
yes.
he actually just had a thing where it was like a 6-man tag with Maki Ito, him, and I forget who else against another 3-man team. And Maki Ito and the other girl were using electrified baseball bats on each other.
Jesus.
It's interesting you bring up Onita because in October he will be wrestling in America. It will be him and Matt Tremont one-on-one in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna try and redo that again from CZW.
Yep. Yeah.
Next.
Wow, Lou. Well, way to put that one over there.
Listen, I mean, okay, maybe we could fault the sham of Once in a Lifetime on DJ Hyde, which I'm more than willing to. But if they're really gonna go, then they better make the fuck up for it. That's all I'm saying.
Lou,
Well,
I'll tell you this.
Even walk anymore?
Give him a walker. I don't care. He can use it in the match.
But I'll tell you this. I've never met DJ. You know, I would say I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I've heard otherwise. But
Masada will tell you otherwise, sir.
Yeah. I called into a podcast once that I was meant to be on. I was waiting at least an hour before they actually brought me on, because that MF just kept going on and on and on. It's like, just stop. Like, no one wants to hear it.
Lou's never had to deal with that whatsoever, ever.
Yeah,
No,
nobody here.
not at all.
Like-
Not at all.
Not
But
some guy
James,
in red.
there's a difference.
Never do anything like that.
You're entertaining. DJ Hyde is a fuck nut. There, I said it.
Yeah, I've heard he's a bit of a dick. So
I
On behalf of
I
dicks
know- I
everywhere,
heard
I
Woody
take
call-
offense to that statement.
I guess all you dicks have to unite. That's cool. I can understand.
Dicks United.
all under the banner of Big Dick Dudley. Got it.
Yes, rest in peace.
By the way, Paul, you do not look like you were born in the 70s. I could have sworn you were like our age, like, late 30s, early 40s. So, and I appreciate the Death Row shirt
I'm
you're
actually-
rocking.
Yes, thank you. That's this the years. It shows. Kids today have no clue on when music was good.
Right.
They really have no idea.
Well, I think actually Vanilla Ice actually brought. I've been watching a lot of videos him explaining his whole theory that the kids that were born in the 80s and that grew up in the 90s were the last generation that actually had pop culture and actually had their own music, because before cell phones, it was before cell phones and everything. So you actually had to do this crazy thing called talking to people, which makes us more personal. And I love my nephews and everything, but those aliens have no idea what it is to talk to a human being whatsoever. They could talk whatsoever on that cell phone nonstop. They can't talk to a person face to face. It's the craziest thing to me. But that helped with our stuff, because like, when did music stop being just the formulaic SoundCloud type music? When did that start happening?
When mumbling became appreciated.
Yeah.
No. You leave Chacarone out of this.
Oh, can we get sued for
Leave
that?
Chacarone out of this.
I like Chacarone, actually. That's got a good beat.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Geez, that's brutal. I'm sitting here trying to think. Late 90s, early 2000s was the last bit of good
2000s.
music.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early 2000s. That's when it started to get like really. I don't even know. It's just everybody just became like stuck in this pattern, and everybody just follows it now. Like even all the bands, you can't even tell. Like back in the day, you could tell who a drummer was. Like you know by their sound and how they played. Now you can't tell because everything sounds the same. Everything has effects added to it and everything. So it just you don't know. And even guitar players, you could tell who was playing a guitar. Nowadays, everybody sounds the same. And now the only thing you can tell the difference is a singer.
Not even
A
that.
perfect example is
What's that tune?
is when you talk about Dimebag and Vinny from Pantera. You knew when they were playing. Like you knew his guitar riff, you knew his drumming, and you just knew it. Just the slightest bit of hearing it, you knew.
Right.
And like you said, Wayne, today, you don't know shit. They don't.
That's why I like that latest Slipknot album that they did about 2 years ago. It was actually them, and you could actually hear their sound coming through that. With all those songs. So that's I'm still jamming that album out, to this, for 2 years now. And I know that kind of opened up and then the pandemic started, but that album still kicks ass.
Yeah.
So
For me,
a lot of people hate it and they're dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
No, go ahead.
For me, there's a couple of bands that have come out in the last 15 years that I feel like stand above, everybody else. James, I know we share a mutual love for After the Burial.
Yep.
I love them. I love Periphery. I love Whitechapel. I love Ginger. Like, I think those bands stand out from everyone else just because I actually hear musicality. I hear a bit of a difference from what they're doing compared to what everybody else is doing. And, I do, not that I try to keep my finger on the pulse of what's relevant today, because I don't care about what society deems relevant. I just like what I like. And thankfully, I have found stuff in the last 15 years that I do like. It's not much, but it's there.
I have that I still have that
Jennifer's
proto-Germanic
probably
music
the
of Hellung going on in my
Could
thing,
this-
and they're new.
Could this possibly be one thing that you've liked?
Oh,
in the
oh
last-
yes. Hold on. Whoa.
Yeah.
You mean the shameless promotions? Absolutely, bring them on. But
The
yes,
one
no, that was actually. oh, hold on.
What was that album? I don't think I ever heard that.
Project
What was that?
Resurrect #1. Everybody else,
Thank you, brother.
As the official international distributor, I felt that I had to hold that up as well. You know, if you're outside of the United States, of course, Wayne will make sure you get a good rate on distribution and shipping from yours truly.
Yes,
Absolutely, he will. And also, you can also get it on the Bandcamp app, where you can also get it on your phone. So while you're running or driving long distances, you can hear it on your phone, cellular or telephonic devices.
definitely.
And it is available on iTunes and Spotify. See, Wayne, you don't even have to pay us to promote it for you.
Yeah, we'll do the shameless promotions ourselves.
But where can they get it?
Checking my
And it's on
PayPal for
YouTube
Wayne New.
Music. They have it too.
That's right. YouTube. It's everywhere. You
It
can
is-
download it for free if you even wanted to. But
you
don't
are
do that.
you are
Buy a
now
CD.
Mr. International. Where is your suit and where is your sunglasses there?
All right, now I'm going to put it over big time.
Thank you.
So I never thought that I would ever be so proud of a friend of mine as I am of Wayne, because his album is so far better than the 2 songs Iron Maiden just released.
Oh, don't go that far.
I'm going
Amen.
there,
Oh,
and
you
I
didn't have
just
to- you
went
didn't have
there.
to clear- you didn't have
yeah.
to clear that. That was a really high bar to clear right there. Shoot, that was an Olympic
It's
record.
better than the new Maiden album will be. I promise you.
No, it will.
All right, if
don't-
we're all trying to outdo each other,
Yes, it will.
this
No,
is the
dude,
only
dude, no.
CD I
And
own.
this has,
I
this
will
has
fuck
nothing
your
to do
mother.
with us
It's so
being on
good.
with Wayne.
Was that?
This
Paul?
has nothing to do with being on with Wayne. It has nothing to do with being on with you, but he's absolutely right. The 2 new Maiden tracks are just fucking awful.
Really? I don't.
They're
I
Yeah,
don't-
they're kind of the
I
line
can't
with hot
stand it.
garbage.
I've always been a Maiden fan.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
only
there you
became
go.
a Halloween fan because of Wayne. And I never thought I'd say that the same year that a Halloween and a Maiden album are released, the Halloween album is a million times better. I never thought I'd say that in my life, but I just did.
Well, the whole Iron Maiden is not
Yep.
released yet, so
Amen.
you can't really judge it yet.
It's bad enough.
No, I don't think it's bad. Writing on the wall
Well,
was bad.
if
Yeah, but then
What?
Stratego came out, and then it's just like, oh,
it made it
okay.
better. I don't know. I like Stratego. I think it's pretty good. It's typical Maiden, but
Exactly. It's
I
typical
understand,
Maiden.
But I want to hear that after the last album of just continuous boring, bland music.
I
want
want
to
Paul
hear Maiden
Diano
again.
back.
Well, that's not going to happen. What were you saying, Paul, before, what were you saying, Paul, before Lou rudely cut you off?
I don't remember. He threw me off with Paul Diano, so my mind's just blown away.
You say to the 2 songs that they just released were not good.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's all I really had to say. They were garbage. They were shit. I won't listen to them again. That's for sure.
That's interesting.
I have
Has
no
Iron
urge to.
Maiden made a good album since the Carmageddon 2 soundtrack?
What?
The Carmageddon 2 soundtrack?
They were on Carmageddon 2 soundtrack. Yes, they had the greatest hits album on that. Yep.
I don't. What is?
Never
it?
heard
I
of
don't know
it.
what that is.
You never played Carmageddon?
Yeah, man.
No.
Oh,
Last
dude, it's
video
a-
game I remember playing was Skyward Sword: Legend of Zelda, and
Okay,
that was
so-
for 1 week.
So this was like an early, like
shit.
this was like a mid 2000s PC game, and it's pretty much all you're doing is racing. And the big gimmick of it is you get to hit pedestrians and they splatter.
I think I played that. I think
Nice.
I played that.
I
Yeah.
thought that was Grand Theft Auto.
No. This was This is just pure racing. No
I think I
other
played that.
no other hooker strangulation or anything else.
As a good Christian boy, I was not allowed to play such filth.
Well, I was a heathen, so
Still are. Thank you. God bless you.
so
What do you think of since you're from the UK, Harry? I mean, Iron Maiden. What do you think about Iron Maiden? I mean, you're not
That's
a
a
big music
racist
listener.
statement. Wait, no, just kidding.
I mean, when you name a specific band, to me, it takes me a minute. I've had a lot of head trauma. I've heard a song or two, not like everyone else here who is dedicated to their music. Hey, they're good enough. It's not like when you had me review that CD the last time you were here. Oh, the last time I was here. This is your show, not mine. Where I thought I was summoning the devil. Iron Maiden kind of it fits in within that realm of I feel like I could see a movie where someone would take something from them and put it in a soundtrack, and then I would hear it and I'd be like, yeah, I like that kind of thing. Like, I can't say, oh yeah, I've followed their whole career, I know everything they're doing, you know, I know what their lead guitarist had for breakfast, but like, you know, what I've heard, you know, they've been decent enough.
It was baked beans, spam, 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 baked beans, and spam.
Oh boy. But yes, thank you everybody for watching the show. We've just been rambling on and on and on about just random stuff, and I've been having a lot of fun. This is a very, very fun show.
This is why you bring us on, Wayne.
Hey,
Yeah, you're welcome.
exactly why I bring you guys on. You know, I'm very.
We're the NWO of podcasting, and we're taking over.
pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Hey yo,
Mutiny. It's a mutiny. That's why we kicked Wayne off at
There
the
you
beginning
go.
of the show, you know.
yes, exactly.
I don't think we were live when that happened, but it's all good.
No, we were definitely live when it happened. That was the great
No,
thing about
I
it. We were definitely live. That live button was going on.
No, I don't think it was live.
Oh, it was definitely. Oh, it's
Was
true.
It? It might
Well,
have been.
it's
I got to
damn
introduce
true.
We were
myself
live, but you
on
weren't
YouTube.
recording yet.
Oh, whatever. But let's talk about some news going on. And one thing I just saw when I got home from work today, I just happened to go on Facebook. Oh no, Twitter, and somebody posted this thing. Baby on Nirvana's Nevermind cover sues band for child pornography.
Oh, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, good luck suing a dead guy.
Yeah.
Well, he's suing what's her name?
What?
Courtney
Courtney
Love.
Love.
And
Actually, yeah, that's the one time I'm actually going to side with Courtney Love on something. Jesus.
Hell has frozen over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you know, right? I'm actually going to agree with the freaking murderer there. Allegedly.
but, according to the suit, the defendants knowingly produced, possessed, and advertised commercial child pornography depicting Spencer, the guy who's on the cover, and they knowingly received value in exchange for doing so. Despite this knowledge, defendants failed to take reasonable steps to protect Spencer and prevent his widespread sexual exploitation and image trafficking. Now, this idiot, I don't know when it was a few years ago, he like redid this photo as he is like now, like grown up. He's, you know, in the water, you know, not naked. You don't see his thing hanging out there, but he, you know, did not have an issue with this cover back then. But all of a sudden now he has this issue.
This sounds like the Spaceballs 2, the search for more money. Somebody needs some money.
I think so too.
Because I mean, you know, only a special person would you know, I know you're going to talk about this next, but would try to overshadow the death of somebody in the Rolling Stones. You know, only a true sociopath would do something like that.
Janice Dickinson. What? Sorry.
But yeah, I don't see this guy winning this thing. There's no way.
No,
thing.
that'll get thrown out.
Nah.
Here's the thing.
I'll tell you what, nowadays, who knows?
Right. And that's
The
what I'm
way the
scared of.
world is today, some nitwit. A nitwit judge will be like, you know what? You're right. Here you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's some
That's
money.
what I'm afraid of, because if he does win this case, then things just get worse and worse and worse for anything.
But that's
you know, even taking a
that's
picture of
the
your own
world we
child in a
live in
bathtub.
now.
I know. And
That's the world
scary.
we live in now.
I heard you the first time.
Because
That's the
everyone
world
is
we live in.
who's suing who.
Right. I know.
Yeah, unfortunately, the laws of precedence have been taken way out of context for, you know, the last 20 years. But you know, there is such things as statute of limitations, which I hope will be the thing that will be the driving force in this situation.
I hope so, because this is ridiculous. I mean,
All right, my turn. Okay,
Yeah.
first of all,
no, next story.
the parents, don't get me started. The parents should have not have been stupid enough to have their naked infant child thrown into a pool of water for an album cover. Number one. Number two, if they had studied up on publishing and royalties and likeness rights and blah, 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 and this and that, they would have reaped the benefits of the album sales and they wouldn't be bitching about it right now.
Right.
Now, I am an advocate for child safety. You know, my wife is a Catholic school teacher, and we both work very hard to make sure that when we see that a kid's in trouble, we report it. By law, we're supposed to. However, considering that this happened in 1991, It's 2021. It's 30 years later. To me, statutes of limitation mean something. Context means everything. So fuck this guy.
Definitely.
Yeah, but come on, there's
just
enough
hope
time
this-
travel movies out there that tell you that you can go back to that time and just, a click of a finger. Oh, wait, they're
Listen,
just
we
movies.
don't have Peter Capaldi at the helm. We can't.
Oh God. Well, I didn't know you
That's
were
more
going to
of
go
a
Peter
David
Capaldi
Tennant
out of
guy.
that situation. That's a rare one. I mean, I would have been okay with Scott Baio. I would have been with a bunch of other ones, but
Scott Baio was never Doctor Who.
no. I know. I wasn't going Doctor Who there. I was going for Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap. Anyway,
Was Paul getting in trouble?
Scott
by that time?
Bakula, really?
I'm sorry, Scott Bakula. Sorry, Scott Bakula, not Scott Baio. Sorry, my
My bad,
bad.
guys.
I'm half drunk here. Okay. I don't know my name. I'm
They,
terrible with
uh,
names.
they thought I was
Drinking
in
whiskey
trouble.
live, eh? I hope you brought enough for everybody.
Oh, you just need to come on down, sir.
I thought
I'm
you,
going to Knoxville.
I thought you had a cop knock on your car like Big Sal did on the Horseman one time. Paul.
No, I actually had that was a mechanic for my job. Like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, yeah, I'm good.
He's just talking to himself inside of a car. There's context there.
Yeah.
Maybe his car is kicked.
Well, they know I'm a little off-centered, so
But the other thing
Yeah, I
too
wish.
with this Nirvana thing, this guy also he tattooed the album name on his chest as well. So he obviously has had no issue before now. So
It's a money grab.
Obviously, this
I think somebody
person
told
is
him he could make a
needing
buck.
his 15
It had to
seconds of
be,
fame
has to be.
back.
has to be.
He definitely is somebody who needs his notoriety back. He's missing the love of people going, "Oh, you're the baby from Nevermind," because obviously that's been his entire personality for his entire life, and he obviously needs a new personality.
I mean, dude, you're bitching that you still live with your mom and you drive a Honda Civic. That's on you.
Not that there's anything wrong with Honda Civics.
There's
They're
nothing
wonderful
wrong with
cars.
Honda Civics. I drive a Corolla and I'm 140,000 miles over. And guess what? Still runs like a gem. I ain't bitching. So, and I didn't have my dink shown on an album cover. This schmuck.
Right. No, don't put your dingus on an album cover.
All right, I'll not put did you say dingus?
Yeah,
I said dink. You went full dingus?
I heard dingus. Sorry.
I know what you're thinking. Anyways, moving right along.
Moving right along. From one dingus to another, Gene Simmons apologizes to David Lee Roth.
I invented the wheel. Fuck you, pay me. David Lee Roth and Kiss, I guess, performed last year together on a North American leg of. It was right before the
Kiss Farewell.
pandemic started.
Yeah. Okay. So now that the concerts are coming back and everything, I guess they were going to have him back, but then they canceled that. And Gene said, explained Ross's absence from the Trek by telling Rolling Stone, Roth took. Oh God, I'm reading this backwards here. Roth took being a frontman way beyond anything, and then I don't know what happened to him. Something, and you get modern day Dave. I prefer to remember Elvis Presley in his prime, sneering lips back in Memphis, doing all that. I don't want to think of bloated naked Elvis in the bathroom floor. And then apparently,
When
what the hell?
when Gene Simmons is saying that you're a narcissistic asshole, you might want to take a look at yourself in the mirror, because he knows what he's seeing when he calls somebody a narcissistic asshole. And I'm not talking about Harry. Come on now.
But irked at Gene Simmons' comments, Dave took to Instagram over the weekend to share an image of a young boy wearing shades and extended the middle finger to the camera along with the words "Roth to Simmons." So now you know how he feels about that. So then Gene Simmons apologizes. He says, "I'm sorry and ashamed, actually, that I hurt Dave's feelings. I'm the guy actually that saw Van Halen at a club in the 1970s, signed him to my production company, flew them to New York, produced their first 24-track, 15-song demo, and championed the band. And actually, we took Dave out as our opening act on the Kiss End of the Road tour. And in the course of an interview, you hear me talking. I just sort of stream of consciousness. I don't mean to hurt people's feelings, and every once in a while, diarrhea of the mouth comes out." And then he continued, "I read that quote, and somehow the way they put it together, I think I said something like, nobody touched Dave in his prime, not Robert Plant, not Jagger, not anybody, but he was the king. And then somehow there was a segue to Elvis bloated on the ground, fat, naked. And I don't want to see that. I wasn't talking about Dave, but that doesn't matter. What matters is I hurt Dave's feelings, and that's more important than the intent. So I sincerely apologize for that. I didn't mean to hurt his feelings. It reminds me of the guy that gets out of the truck and says, "Hey, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to run you over." Well, that's what the fuck's the difference? You've been run over. So I don't know.
Was that a classic sorry, not sorry?
No, I think he's sorry. He realizes that.
I think so, yeah.
He fucked up, because Gene Simmons turned what, 72 today, right?
Damn, he's old.
Yeah.
He's
He looks like a meatball in aluminum.
right. And I guess nowadays they gotta use
Hey, you know what? I can't hate a man for trying to gimmick his gimmick as much as gimmicks can humanly gimmick. I mean, that man has sold so much on his name and likeness. It is amazing what he's tried to do.
yeah, of course. I mean, you can't blame Kiss for anything that they've done, really. I mean, they don't have to do anything anymore. They don't even have to play music. They don't have to play shows or anything, but they still do because they like to do it. But obviously now it's their farewell tour. So, but
again, that what number is this? Is this their farewell tour? Is this like I know they're in Terry 10, Funk territory of the 7th or 8th farewell tour.
Yeah, it's like me with retiring last month. I'll retire again next week, and the week
I call
after,
that, Harry.
Maybe next month.
I told you you'd be back in 2 weeks, and you were.
It's true.
It is.
Watch the live episode from 2 weeks ago.
But I don't. Gene Simmons saying anything. I mean, I know the last time I saw Dave do anything fairly recently, he was terrible, and I understand where Gene Simmons come from because I wouldn't want David Lee Roth opening if he's going to sound like that. He's terrible. But seeing that Kiss uses backup vocals and all this stuff. What, Harry? What do you got?
My producer, Brain, and Better Half says that Gene Simmons loves to work with children's charities. He should help the Nevermind guy with his case.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he'd win. It's very possible.
So, yeah, I feel like, Gene Simmons is going like, hey, I threw you a fucking bone here, making you the lead act here when nobody literally cares about you. When the only reason why you can't have your Van Halen reunion is because of what happened. I'm trying to help you out here, but yet you keep freaking sabotaging this. Freaking get a hold of yourself. It's not 1987 again.
I mean, isn't that Dave's thing? He screws everything up. I mean, he's just a constant screw up. I mean, he had it all and then just screwed it all up. So why should anybody be surprised at what he's doing now?
Yeah, but he's not. Dave has never been financially destitute in his life. Like, he came from a rich family. His dad was a doctor. They bought Van Halen their first PA system when they were still a backyard party group. Dave's never had to work a day in his life. He's done every kind of like sightseeing, like excursion that you can imagine under the sun. And on top of that, he was an EMT in the Bronx for about a year and a half, 2 years before he had his K-Rock radio show. But I will say this. I'd rather see David Lee Roth on his worst day than Paul Stanley today on his best day. Number one. Number two, at least Dave doesn't sound like a gobbling turkey when he attempts to sing on stage, unlike Paul Stanley. And number three, guess what? Now you have a painter going on before Kiss. So Gene wanted to please his fans so much that they're literally watching paint dry before Kiss takes stage. So you get what you pay for, Kiss tards. Fuck you all.
Wow. Let the firing squad go. Friggin' Lou, bringing the heat.
Real heat there, boy.
Damn.
Well,
I mean, I've never been a Kiss fan either, but Jesus.
When it comes to David Lee Roth, you don't fuck with Lou, right?
No one puts David Lee Roth in a corner with Lou Mask around. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I'll always be grateful to Diamond Dave, greatest frontman in history, and Yeah, I mean, come on. Who else can mix rock and roll mayhem with Randy Macho Man Savage attitude? I love it.
Yeah.
Oh God, the
I-
cream of the crop. Oh yeah.
Freak out. Oh yeah.
I think they really should just let Dave just do the opening act. I mean, because if he's that bad, then you want to see Kiss after that, you know? Kind of like what Faith No More does. They put on like the shittiest opening act ever. And then once they get on, everybody can't wait for them to come on because they after what they just saw, they want it to end.
So don't do a Social Distortion and have the Street Dogs as your opening act, but have like a really bad medium, like mid act before they come out. Got
Exactly.
it. Cool.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know, whatever. Sad news. Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts has died at the age of 80. Another band coming over from the UK. Harry, do you know anything about the Rolling Stones?
Yeah, I do. I know they're a band. I know
Might have
they
heard a couple of
exist.
songs.
No, I mean, hey, any death is sad, but when it comes to someone from over here, famous, a big deal over here, that is sad. If you were to start naming songs off for me again, I'd have no idea. If you were to play them, which I know you can't because you get your channel messed with there, Wayne, but if I was to play them on my phone once I was done with this, I'd probably know particular songs. But no, as far as I know, yeah, they're a big deal and they're good. So yeah, rest in peace. And just to quickly backtrack for a minute, yet again, I was smartened up to the fact that I would remind me the band you asked me about earlier, Wayne.
Iron Maiden.
Okay, yeah,
Iron
I would
Maiden.
prefer Metallica to Iron Maiden. So
All right.
this is why I have people do my remembering for me, because when I have smarter people to remember things for me, that means when I do shows like this, coming in uneducated, not knowing what's going on, people can smarten me up, and then I can actually spread the joy of knowing what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, sad times.
So this is just
So
further
what
proof
you're saying is
that,
we're supposed to feed you.
further
Got it.
proof,
Yeah. Well,
further proof that Keith Richards has sold his soul to devil, because this is somebody else that died before him. So.
the whole band will
Him
be
and
gone
Ozzy
before he's
Osbourne.
gone.
Two
This
of
is
them.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
It's the Keith Richards Rolling Stones tour, Last Man Standing.
Keith Richards is named to be part of the quickening, so
Too soon?
there can only be one.
I will say,
Adam.
Oh shit!
Judge, my name is Ramirez.
I'm Egyptian, yes. So I felt this one a little bit because I am a bigger Rolling Stones fan. So like the big fight in our house is my wife's a Beatles fan, and I am a Rolling Stones fan. I would more than happy listen to a bunch of Rolling Stones than I am the Beatles, and I know that comes to a fight, and that it comes to a shock to many of my friends, but I've enjoyed pretty much their entire catalog of music. And I mean, just the Paint It Black all the way, even when Mick Jagger went off into the 80s and started doing his own shit, I still love it because it's the Rolling Stones. And this one made me a little sad because, it was just another one of those bands I never got to see live that I really wanted to see, but I wasn't going to pay $400 a ticket for.
Right, yeah.
That I did enjoy, and and I felt bad because I don't know all the names because I don't dive that deep into it. But his drumming was just awesome. I mean, just watching the videos and the tribute videos of it, it's just his bluesy, the way he played the drums was just so clean, crisp, and didn't let Mick and Keith do their shit while he was back there just keeping them in line. And
he's the only drummer that Ginger Baker ever gave credit to.
This is true. And you know how much I love Ginger Baker there, Lou.
I had nothing against Ginger Baker as a drummer, as a human being. That's a different story. But
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about
I'm not going to speak ill of the dead, but I will say this. Charlie Watts was my favorite Stone. So I was very saddened about it. So, my condolences to his family, and rest in peace, Mr. Charlie Watts. See, Wayne, I could be nice.
sometimes. Paul, were you a fan of the Rolling Stones?
No,
Yeah, me
no,
neither.
short and sweet. No,
Yeah.
not a fan of the Beatles. The fight, James is funny. He said about the fight at his house between the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. It's better than the fight in my house where it's between Slayer and Garth Brooks. So I'll take his fight, I guess, over my own.
Yeah, you know what? That's bad for me because I like both bands. So I live in Tennessee, so I love me some Garth Brooks. All right, don't get that twisted there.
I mean, I give the guy respect, man. But it's just too much for me. Just my wife just goes overboard, and I want to clean my ears with a 45. So
as long as you play anything like mid '90s back, it's good. But yeah, once he gets to the Chris Gaines era, we're
Oh my God.
Yeah. The only thing I'd like that Garth Brooks did, he
What?
did
What?
Hard Luck Woman.
The Hard Luck Woman is good.
He did that pretty good. I did enjoy that. But getting back to Rolling Stones, I was
Sorry.
really never a fan. But yeah, I what Charlie Watts did as a drummer was, great and everything. The only one thing that did bother me with him, and every time I saw his videos, he had the same expression on his face. He wasn't one of those flashy drummers, that I was always used to seeing in like the metal bands and stuff like that. And he just stood there and did his thing, which is cool.
He didn't have to be. He was
Right, he was the
effective in
backbone
his
of the band.
minimalism.
Right.
How was he gonna do that? I mean, what was he gonna do? Peacocking when there's the two biggest freaking peacocks in the world right in front of him?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the two main guys, they were like, out, doing their thing, and he just sat back there and just, played his drums. Didn't try to outclass anybody.
Yeah.
Wayne, you could say the same thing about Paul Rudd from AC/DC, though.
Yeah.
I would compare him to Charlie Watts in terms of their solid playing and in terms of their, good sense of timing and rhythm.
Wait, Ant-Man was in AC/DC?
Who?
Paul Rudd was in AC/DC. He's
Yeah,
the drummer.
the guy who
I got
played
your
Ant-Man?
joke, Gary. I got it.
Wait, what did he say?
He said Ant-Man was in AC/DC.
Did I say Paul Rudd? I meant Phil Rudd. Oh my God. Fucking hell. That's why he's the great Harry Barnett and I'm Lou Mavs, host of the Music is Live podcast.
Good night, everybody.
This is the only reason I'm here, for the dumb jokes that just catch everyone off guard. And to make fun of Wayne.
See, Lou, you thought I was the bad one, and then he comes in there with the freaking rusty shank to come get you.
No, yeah, he's the shanker. You're still the loudmouth. It's all good though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the loud
short
one.
scissors.
Absolutely.
And last bit of news here, another death, unfortunately. Former Trouble singer Eric Wagner dies after battle with COVID pneumonia.
This is rough.
So his oldest son announced it yesterday that he passed away. So yeah, COVID's still out there. I know, Lou, you got the shot, right?
I got the shot, but I'm not one of those people that thinks people should be forced to getting the shot. Just be careful and just be smart.
Actually,
I got the shot.
Your wife had it. And
I got the shot because I ended up passing it on to my wife, and that developed into COVID pneumonia. So I've seen firsthand. Harry, you can take the mask off. A Chris Hero mask.
No, that's
That's a great
this is
Harry
not Chris
Barnett
Hero.
mask.
This is mine.
Okay.
And Chris Hero did confuse the logos. I just want to say this is not a Chris Hero mask, just so Chris Hero doesn't.
But close.
confuse
But
that.
I saw the
you're on
H.
the right line. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No, but
no, I just figured with the amount of people in the room, I figured it was best.
You
Best,
go
I
in
worked
a
right.
Zoom room.
The CDC does say that. So yeah.
Yes, we're good, CDC. Anyway, but for me, it's like it was rough because I ended up getting COVID. For me, it was no worse than the flu. When my wife caught it from me, it turned into pneumonia. I almost lost her, and that's why I tell people, just please be careful. Whatever you do, just don't be a dick. Just be be good to yourselves. Be good to everyone around you. Just be cool.
Well, Lou, you could say that. I am going to say the opposite of that. Get the damn shot, people. Come on. I'll be that one. I'll be the a-hole in this room. I'll be the one that everyone could hate, could call me a dumb leotard sheep. I don't care.
I don't hate you for it. I respect however you feel about it.
Get the dang shot, guys. This is turning into people dying because they're not getting the vaccine, and the Delta variant is kicking their butts. And
I will say this though, if I may. My wife did catch it a second time right after she got her first shot.
Yeah.
And then I went and got tested. I tested negative and I already gotten both shots. So
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Just be smart.
And we just had a COVID scare because we went to the Creepy Con here in Knoxville, and my wife came down with a sore throat, and we were really worried about it. Luckily, she's negative, but because we're both got the shots, we're not, we were not as worried about it. We were just taking precautions. But gosh bless it, I'm tired of losing people to this freaking disease. Can we just I understand that this is a very divisive subject, but it shouldn't be. There's these vaccines are safe. Most of us have gotten them. We're not having any deformities yet. I mean, a little bit, but
we got like 4 more years to wait for that yet.
Oh, only 4 more? Shoot, the military's been injecting me with mystery fluids for 18 years. I don't freaking care, man. All right. I got stuck in jabs. They didn't tell me what I was getting. They just said, get the shot. So, get the shots, guys. Let's beat this disease so we can all get back to concerts and enjoying stuff, and we don't have to worry about this stuff anymore. And I'm tired of hearing deaths of COVID-19. I really am. And I know that's probably something you don't want to hear right now, but damn it, I'm really serious about this. I don't want any more deaths of COVID-19. I really don't.
And international travel needs to be opened up again. So please get the shot.
Yes. Yeah. I need to see my doppelganger. We need to see if we do the fusion dance. We turn into one human.
James, just so you know, we're not divided on it. I mean, I got the shot because I wanted to.
Oh, no. I understand. I know that's, there are differing opinions on this podcasting network. So thus,
yes, there are. There might be differing opinions here as well. But.
Exactly. And I'm just gonna go the one further because damn, I don't care about being called a damn liberal. I don't really care. It's just
just everybody do what you want to do, but don't criticize and don't get mad at people.
You can. James, I mean, I respect your opinion. I respect what you want to do. It's not for me. I've had an adverse reaction to the regular flu shot. I went from being never sick, absolutely never sick, to being sick for over 2 years from getting the regular flu shot.
Oh, then absolutely.
After I stopped with that regular flu shot.
Yeah.
It took me 5 years to get my immune system back. So I'm going to respectfully pass.
Okay.
On the COVID,
then, you know what?
But I understand your point. If you need it, let people get it. Let people get it if they want to get it. Now I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. If you've got adverse reactions to things, because like I got a guy that I work with that physically cannot get the shots, but we take damn good precautions that nobody freaking gets anywhere close to him without a mask on and everything, so that he does not get sick. Because we know that he has the same thing with the adverse reactions to the flu shots, because it's with something with sulfates and stuff like that. So I understand. I'm not trying to be the whole big that everyone deserves a shot, and that if you're not getting vaccinated, lol, you die.
No one would accuse you of insensitivity, James.
I thought
no. I'll be insensitive all I want.
No, not at all.
I'll be insensitive on this.
Nah.
But your reasons are valid, and it's
like
fine.
I said, I totally respect it.
Yeah,
I respect everybody that believes what they believe. Everybody has a right to believe what they want and do what they want. Just that's just how I feel, and I'm with it.
No.
If you want to get it, get it.
Yeah.
Somebody just wrote in the chat room, "Rest in peace, guys."
No, they're talking. He's talking about the people who died. Not us.
Oh,
are we in purgatory? Maybe this could be. Purgatory.
Yeah, this could be purgatory. I mean, this could be
who's John Nord?
Personal hell. So
John Nord is a very cool guy. I can't remember his bands. I'm sorry. I know you got like 5 of them, but
I
thought John Nord was the berserker from WWF.
Yeah, he is the berserker. Damn it. Still real to me.
Friend from Facebook. I know he's a very cool guy.
No. I mean, that's just I know it's a divisive subject, and I want everyone to. I want to get through this as much as possible, and
Yeah.
I do that. I do it out of a sense of
Definitely.
I've lost people during this pandemic that shouldn't have died, and it affects me.
Mhm.
And I know everyone that does
Sure.
that knows me offside of this knows I'm kind of a big softy when it comes to that stuff. So
We love
I
you
made-
for it, James. It's all good.
yeah. Anyway, all right, let's
I got it. So yay.
You done
Yeah.
now? All right. Well, that's it.
I'm off on my high horse. Let me get off my fucking soapbox.
And-
Okay.
Yeah, drink your Fanta.
And now that we just got flagged for having COVID information, thank you very much for that. Let's move on.
Herman beer.
Hopefully, everybody listened to the album we were going to talk about today, Orion. The
Yo,
Hunter.
this was so much fun.
Was
Oh,
it really?
I loved it.
Really?
Yes.
You're being serious?
I'm being dead serious.
No.
Okay, so wait. All right. So to be fair,
Yeah.
So my father is a huge Eddie Money, Santana, Boston type fan. So I listened to this when I was traveling with me and him from Nevada to California to go see my grandpa.
Oh.
So for me, this brought back a lot of memories, and also that this came out in 1984, which is the greatest year on the face of this earth, because it was the same year I came to this earth. So it is the greatest year. So nothing bad could ever have happened.
All right,
So I actually enjoyed this, even though I think the single that came from this album was the wrong song completely.
really? Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
I thought although the video is freaking hilarious. I loved every minute of the video.
Well,
I thought that
never-
was Buck Dharma from BOC in the
Right.
video, but it's not.
No.
It's Barry Goudreau.
Yes, it is. It's very good throw.
But I never heard of this. Apparently, a lot of people have. I just never did. I didn't even know what it was. I saw the album cover. I went to a yard sale actually, and this guy had tons of records. So I'm searching through it, and I saw this cover. I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like something I would listen to. It looks cheesy. So I saw it, and I left it there. I went home real quick. I remember the name. I looked it up on YouTube, and I heard that song that you just mentioned, "So You Ran." That's the single from it. And I said, holy shit, this thing sounds fucking awesome. I'm going back and getting this record. It was less than $1. So, I couldn't leave it there. And I ended up grabbing a whole bunch of other stuff too. But yeah, I got home. Actually, I listened to this a few days ago. Actually, when I told you guys we're going to review this album, I listened to it. And the first two songs, I'm like, you know what? We definitely have to do this because these songs are so freaking
That
awesome.
first song fucking slaps so goddamn
my
hard.
God, it
Oh
does.
god, it's so good.
What a great opening track.
That
but-
bass line is so good.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
But Paul, I had you listen to this. What did you think about
Yeah.
this? Because I know you're more into like the heavier
Yeah, you
metal
did.
type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you, it reminded me of a track for the whole album reminded me of like the soundtrack for a cheesy 80s album.
Yeah.
I mean, movie, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's like, some desolate, apocalyptic type stuff. It just, it's not my cup of tea,
Right.
but I can appreciate the musicianship of it. And, it wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. I didn't hate it, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
that
bad.
sounds
Like I
eerily
said,
familiar.
musically, it was really entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had a feeling it was going to be a little bit on the light side for you. But hey, at least you heard something you never heard of before, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Never.
And the great Harry Barnett.
Yes, sir. Yes. I actually prepared some notes.
You prepared
for
notes?
this evening.
Whoa!
Yeah, I actually prepared some notes.
Wow.
I'm very
Holy
serious.
Let's see
when
this.
when I put things in writing, I actually But,
When I
I
told
take
you
my
about-
glasses off.
When I told you
my
about this
God.
album, yes, when I told you about this album, I said you might actually like this one because it's probably sounds a little bit like because you love the Transformer movie song from the old cartoon days.
Yeah.
And I said this album might remind you of that.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh,
Well, Wayne, that is actually point number 7 on my list because
Oh.
it
Wow.
actually says on this list. I'll go out of order.
all right, go ahead.
This very much does sound as if it would be a Transformers theme song or on an album that they would use for the animated Transformers movie or
Right.
something of that ilk. But yes,
Who
so
else cried when Optimus Prime died?
everyone who didn't cry, you didn't have a heart if you didn't cry when Optimus Prime died, even though that was I I don't know how many years before I was born, being that I was not born until 1991. But yeah, so I basically said Orion. You know, I didn't know that Darkside's son was actually in the music business now. You know, the 80s, quite possibly the greatest time. What a great time for this album to come out. Again, much like I said, sounds like it would have been something for Transformers or perhaps a future Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Watch out, because your local independent, perhaps ROH or CZW, will probably be using this or something similar within the next couple of months. I'm very much grateful that Wayne sent me this rather than something to summon the devil to. No, again, at this point, it was just scribbling notes. It was, I'm very much glad that Wayne brought me to listen to this. Maybe he'll have me a third time in 3 years from now. I send this to my brothers to say, hey, I like this. 2 of my 3 brothers have a music background. One was a guitar teacher for the longest time. The other has played the drums for pretty much his entire life. For some reason, I wrote F.U. Wayne Noon. And then, yeah, I should probably show you the final point of these notes. Just there.
I see paper.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah, we can't see shit.
Yeah, there's nothing on there. But no, it was a great album. You know, it was a great album, and yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I do think that something like that would be on something like Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, it has that very much that 80s feeling, that sort of family film kind of thing to it. So yeah, you know, anyone can connect with it. You can't exactly sit back and go, hey, that's terrible. Well, you can, but that would just be a dick move.
Any favorite songs off of it that you can remember?
No, I didn't really have any particular favorite. It was just, you know, I liked it in general. Yeah. It was nice. You know, it's the kind of thing that maybe I would actually add to a future rotation on my phone. You know, because that would go with the Superman theme and the 1 or 2 songs from the Transformers movie, 1 or 2 of the Guardians theme songs, and yeah, that's it. Really, I'm not a music guy, as Wayne may or may not have said in the past. The extent of my music has really been something I've seen in a movie or something I've heard on a wrestling show. That's the extent of it. That's why I came with such well prepared notes, which I'm actually going to save for the next podcast. That bit never gets old.
What about you, Lou?
I'm still waiting for them to use Jane from Jefferson Starship in a Guardians film. Hopefully the next one.
Don't give James Gunn ideas.
James Gunn, use Jane from Jefferson Starship. If Orange Cassidy can do it, so can you. Anyway, so my brother, Mikey, my late brother, God rest his soul, actually had this cassette back in the mid to late 80s until he sold his entire cassette collection to buy a CD player. And this was not in print on CD at the time.
Terrible.
I had never heard it until I prepared for this this review. And I will say this, Wayne, I love the album so much that I bought myself one of the Rock Candy CD editions today.
Oh, wow.
And I have to say, all in all, a solid debut.
Wow.
And at this point, only album from Orion the Hunter.
Yeah.
From a band who was promising that faded before they had the chance to succeed. I'll say one thing, super groups like this, because let's face it, this consists of members of Boston and Heart. Excuse me. And even other collaborations like Brad Whitford and Derek St. Holmes. I think groups like this set the precedent for future labels like Frontiers Records, where they create projects rather than bands, uniting people from different bands together. And we're better for it, especially because of albums like this. You take bands like Lynch Suite or Tokyo Motor Fist, where they carry on the great tradition of hard rock made for radio and long rides in the car with your best girl and friends. And, you know, it brings back that sentimental feeling. I'll say one thing about Barry Goudreau, one of the most criminally underrated talents of the golden age of hard rock. Grade A release for me. I give it a 9.5.
Wow. That's really cool.
Wow.
Especially just, from a
Yeah.
band I never even heard of. Just going by the album cover, because I haven't done it in a very long time. Looking at an album cover and being like, you know what, maybe let me check that out. And so I'm glad I came across it. And just a little bit backstory. Orion the Hunter was an 80s rock combo and offshoot, like you mentioned, of the popular band Boston. It featured former Boston members Barry Gordeau. Is that how you pronounce that?
Goudreau
On guitars and Brad Delp on backing vocals, as well as future Boston lead vocalist Fran Cosmo.
Yes.
and Michael DeRosa from Heart, their former
Yes.
drummer.
Yeah, the only person who
yeah.
didn't have a band afterwards was the bassist, who was the freaking ace of this damn CD. God, his bass riffs were awesome.
Bassist never gets respect
No, not at all.
unless your name is Geddy Lee.
Yes, or the guy from Primus,
Oh, Les Claypool.
Les Claypool. Yeah,
He's a good one.
But yeah, I mean, if you like Boston, you're definitely
Cliff
gonna love this
Burton.
album.
or
Yeah,
Cliff Burton.
Cliff
Yeah,
Burton, yeah. But yeah, if you like Boston, even like Boston, like Journey, this sounds a lot like that kind of style. But yeah, the first half of his album's awesome. That opener,
yeah.
like we said before, James, all those years, great opening track.
all those years is so good.
Such a great opening track.
I liked it. I felt like so I didn't get to do all my sayings, because I
Yeah.
thought the first three songs were
I
really
was gonna get
good.
back to you. Don't worry.
The next three songs were kind of crappy. I didn't like Dark and Stormy that much.
Right. That's what I was
Or
gonna say.
Fast Talk.
Yeah.
I didn't like that, but Too Much Love comes in there right at the end, and that
Right.
thing freaking kicks so hard. But yeah, like I was saying, that and freaking it is. I like the joke of saying this is Boston's third album.
Yeah.
It is like the Lost Boston album.
It is the
Sort of
Lost
like
Boston
the way
album.
WOW is the by Wendy O. Williams is the Lost Kiss album.
Yeah.
Because that features all the members of Kiss on it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Devil Dozer, we are talking about the band Orion the Hunter. That's what the album looks like. It's the only album he ever did. So you can find.
Show me the album again, Wayne.
Right there. It's got a guy. It's got Orion the
Okay.
Hunter.
It literally looks like who's the horror guy with the mask? I know that's not very specific.
Michael
Long
Yeah, I'm about to
hair,
say how much to be a little bit more
Yeah.
specific there.
Leatherface.
Michael Myers.
long hair, whitish mask.
Yeah,
Michael Myers.
Michael
Myers.
Myers. It looks like Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
is doing his best Robin Hood.
Wow.
All right.
That one hurts a little bit, even though like I said, I was at a horror convention and saw a bunch of the bad impersonations of all this wrapped up into one. Oh God.
Yeah, the guitars on this album. I mean, this album sounds like it's Boston. Like you guys mentioned, it sounds like the third Boston album. The guitars sound like Boston. The drums sound like Boston. But it's good. I love how like I said, So You Ran. It's a great single for this album. I love the vocal melodies on it. I love the keyboards in it. The drum sounds awesome. The song Dreaming, though, that is the one. Well, because after the second song, So You Ran, I said, how can you top this song? And then Dreamin' came on. I'm like, holy shit, man, this fucking thing is heavy. Just the way those guitars are just like very crunchy sounding.
Yeah.
And then you got that keyboard thing in between, like the stops. But it's funny. I'm trying to think, what does this song sound like? It sounds like a copy of something. And I explained to my wife, and she goes, maybe it's a Car song. You guys remember the Car song? Where did I write it here? Moving in Stereo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
you hear
That's
it?
off their
Like a-
debut album.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very similar to that.
It actually reminded me a lot of like Scandal with Patti Smythe, and even like, kind of like mixed with like early Hall & Oates, like early 80s Hall & Oates. Like, it's my favorite track on the album too.
Yeah.
So I loved
Yeah.
it. I was surprised that this wasn't the single.
My
Right.
biggest joke my biggest joke from this whole entire album is, why did every 80s/90s rock group have to have like a love song as their big hit?
Yeah. That's just
Why did all of them I bring this all the way back to Damn Yankees. Why does every single supergroup have to have a love song and a bunch of these slow songs when we know you guys can play fast? Damn it.
right?
Just play your shit. Like that first song comes in so fast and I'm just like, oh, this is so good.
right.
And like even I was like Lane, I'm like, why haven't we heard this band before? And then like they start going slow and I'm like, oh, that's why.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, blame the guy from Night Ranger for writing it because Sister Christian. I do love Sister Christian.
And like you said, after Dark and Stormy, James, the album kind of does fall off a little bit. It gets kind of wimpy and kind of like cheesy 80s kind of thing.
I passed out during it. Literally was passing out.
But then, like you said, it does pick up Too Much in Love, right? Was that song?
Yeah. That's the really fast song, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And
it sounded a lot like Journey, a lot like Boston, a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and even the last song, I Call It Love. It's a pretty decent song too. Joanne was okay a little bit, but those other two songs, I know. Wait a minute. What was the one? Because I was doing this as Harry Barnett was coming on, and he distracted me, so I couldn't remember all the songs.
I am very distracting.
You are very distracting. What was the one where it has like
I do try.
those drums, but it's a fake like keyboard sounding drum, like
oh god,
Fast Talk.
Yeah, that's Fast Talk.
It's a Fast Talk. Yeah,
that's Fast Talk.
Song. I'm like that is terrible. Why would you put that on there?
Yeah, that's like Dark and Stormy and Fast Talk just really
that was bad.
Really drive that CD down. I mean, I know they were trying to go for something, but they didn't.
They mixed too much like an island type sound in with like a hard rock ballad.
I felt like they're trying to go way too much like Styx there,
right?
And I was like, can you guys? I know you guys don't want to be known as Boston or future Boston or however you want to put it, but you are Boston. So play like we know you guys can.
There is a backstory to all this.
What is it? I tried looking up other stuff. I couldn't find anything.
So there was a 7-year gap practically between Don't Look Back. Is that the second Boston album?
Yes.
And Third Stage. So it was like about 7-8 year gap. What happened was Boston were ready to write and record their third album, and they were ready to dump their manager because their manager was ripping them off. However, in the deal that Tom Schultz wrote with the manager was part owner of Boston. So Tom Schultz decided to put the kibosh in it and told the other members, go do solo projects. There's no reason why Boston can't make money and why you guys shouldn't make money. So go do it. So Barry Goudreau did his first album, early 80s, didn't do too well, but then he formed Orion the Hunter as one of his many projects. And at the time, I think there was the falling out with Boston where he left, as well as a couple of the other members, and Orion the Hunter was that offshoot. So it's really tragic, actually, the reason why the band formed, all because of a bad management deal. But
it also is kind of cool because then Frank Cosmo comes in as the lead singer of Boston, and he's in Orion the Hunter also.
Yes, and Brad Delp, the original singer of Boston, does background vocals, and like talk about a tragedy, like the way we lost him. That was a shame.
Yeah.
But what did happen with him again?
Suicide.
Okay.
In 2007.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I give all the credit to Tom Schultz in the world because he deserves it. He's a genius, great songwriter, great technician. I mean, the man created the Rockman that Def Leppard used to record Hysteria with. But I feel like ever since Barry Goudreau left Boston, that magic is not there. Right. So I really have to give him all the credit for why their tone sounded as good as it did.
You can tell like with he's on this, so you can tell that he's that Boston sound.
No, he is that Boston sound, and my God, is him trying to play as a sexy person in the video, or him trying to play that hard luck lover. My God, is that like the wrong decision in the world?
Oh boy, yeah. If you haven't checked that video out, please go check that out.
Oh, please do. It is the best.
If you do check it out,
ever.
you have our condolences.
No. You need to do this. It is something of a pure absurd comedy in the world that you're like it I don't know if it's between a psychopathic episode or obsession or what. I don't know. It's one of those videos that Eric would definitely make us watch.
Maybe we'll have to do it on the Rats Out Review Theater one day.
You got to give it to them though, for this was the early age of music videos, so they really tried to make them like short films.
Right.
Oh no, the video, like the cinematography is awesome. It's just the wrong people to be doing it with.
Yeah.
Paul, was there any song that you kind of liked on this at all? No.
Yeah, I agree with you. I enjoyed the first two songs. I didn't mind them, and then for me, it just kind of hit the skids after that. But I didn't mind the first two songs. They helped me go to sleep. That's for sure.
Well, that's not what we wanted to happen.
So are you comparing Orion the Hunter
know,
to Enya?
Oh, I mean, I know people who fall asleep to Dream Theater, so I mean, we can do this.
We could do it, but
and we all know who does this, and we all know who it is.
Is he not here?
He is not here, but you know who it is.
Old like Wayne.
No, he's younger than me, right?
Yeah, he barely.
Barely, yeah, that's true. Does he have a GoFundMe for his mother?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't like Dream Theater?
He's passed out to watching. Okay, so I've seen this man pass out to Dream Theater, pass out Where the Fuck is Santa by CKY. Oh yeah. I've tried to pass out during this too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've seen him pass out to some really crazy shit.
It's funny because back when even Eric knows my old band, and you too, Lou. They used
I never passed out watching Phoenix Ray.
No, you haven't. But my other friend that used to come with me and like kind of be like my roadie or whatever, he would help me empty out my drums and everything. He would come to my shows. He would sit actually next to the amplifiers and everything, and he would just fall asleep. And then I'd ask him, like, after we got done and everything, what it sounded like, and he's like, I don't know, I fell asleep. But
Well,
you were literally right against the amplifiers.
You wore him out. Your drum kit was huge.
It was huge. But he never stayed awake for anything that we did. It was funny. It's hilarious.
You gotta get your naps when you can.
Got to get him in there.
Hey, I'm probably the only person that could say I fell asleep through Dave Attell standing up.
Ooh.
While he was doing stand up.
So like I've never watched his stand up. I've only watched Insomnia. So
I should have just stuck with Insomniac.
But again, today's album was Orion the Hunter. Definitely.
You're welcome.
Segue.
You're welcome.
I want to end the show here. We're about an hour. So
you want to end the show? You got 4 great people and you, Wayne.
I do.
I don't know why you need to be like that.
I'm at least
this
ending
could go
that
right.
I'm ending that section of the show. If you guys want to talk about anything else, I know Paul, you're in your car, so you probably want to get in your house and get out of the car at some point.
Don't bother me. I told you, going home to that hell, I'm cool.
He doesn't want to listen to Garth.
He doesn't want to. He's okay
good.
to stand by the fire. Okay, he doesn't want to be inside the fire. He wants to stand by the fire.
He'll never get out of that car though.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Life is not dying. He's merely surviving.
Right. The seat will recline. I can go to sleep. It's all.
Yeah, that'd be great. First time somebody fell
There
asleep.
you go again. Damn it. But yeah.
But anything else anybody wants to talk about? Anything at all?
Anything. Well, we've got time here. No. Honestly, I know I'm going to take this away from this, but what did you all think of? Because I know everybody here is a wrestling fan for the most part. What did you guys think about CM Punk's debut on AEW? Did you think they did it right?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this earlier, then I totally forgot about it.
I'm here to help you here.
I was never really a CM Punk fan, so it really didn't mean much to me about him coming back, but I knew it meant a lot to everybody else. And seeing him come back and getting the reaction that he did, I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm hoping now that maybe this really stirs some interest in wrestling again, because I know it's WWE. He's doing a couple little things here and there. They just had Brock Lesnar come back and everything, and now CM Punk's back with AEW. So I really hope now that maybe wrestling will be kind of out there again,
Objectively speaking,
I don't know.
sorry,
I'm
Paul, go
torn
ahead.
about it.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. 7 years. What can he really do anymore? Like, yeah, I mean, he's always been okay on the mic. I mean, everybody gets all over about the pipe bomb he dropped way back when, but was it really that good? I mean, yeah, because they did it a little different, but what a lot of people don't realize is, that had to be okay. It wasn't like he really came off the cuff with it. Was he ever really a draw? I mean, yeah, they got a small spike in the numbers when he came back, but it wasn't what, apparently what they thought it should be. And they're all celebrating it because they got like, what, 1.1 million viewers?
Right.
So did he really move the needle that much?
Well,
I don't
could
know.
that be because
I
they
don't
didn't
know. I
promote
think
it
Tony
enough, though?
Khan is so full of himself. No, they didn't promote it, but they didn't have to. It wasn't like everybody didn't know he was showing up Friday night. I mean, that was the worst kept secret ever.
But only
Everybody
wrestling
knew he
people
was
who
coming.
watch wrestling on regular will know that he's coming there. But somebody that don't watch wrestling or haven't watched wrestling since Punk left, they wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have promoted it a little bit better, maybe they would have tuned in.
Yeah, but if I agree with you, I mean, it could have. But again, was he that mainstream that him coming back would really move the needle that much?
Yeah, that I don't know.
He brings up a good point because it did happen in his hometown of Chicago. And right now, there's no one more over in Chicago than CM Punk, especially in the last
Mayor
7
Lightfoot.
years.
Mayor Lightfoot.
Pizza.
Who?
Pizza is.
Beetlejuice, Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Mayor.
I said over, not who they want to bury.
Not under. Yeah.
A run over.
Oh, run over. Yeah, that's a different story.
She
Objectively
looks like she's been run
speaking,
over.
from what I saw, yeah, it was equivalent to the Road Warrior pop. I'm not gonna lie. I was more excited about the fact that Nick Gage was on AEW. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Okay, James, I'm sorry. I know you're not.
Hell
Nick
yeah.
Gage.
Yes,
There's only one thing that would have been better than Nick Gage.
I agree with
Masada.
you.
Okay, I would have been more fan of Masada because I actually enjoy his work more than just his deathmatch stuff. But anyway, good, continue.
You don't have to be a Gage fan, James. It's okay. I mean,
No. Oh, you know my views on deathmatch, so we'll continue.
I know.
Continue.
I guess it's more the spectacle of Gage being in AEW. Or why am I explaining myself?
You don't have to explain yourself to me. Explain yourself to the people. The people. But Harry, yeah. What was your views on it?
What more can I say that everyone else here hasn't? Like, needle moving. Yeah, like outside of Chicago, who really knows where this is going to go? It's kind of going to be like, where are they tonight? Where are they Friday? Is it going to make a difference? That's how something like that makes a difference. Not the one night, the 1 week, the 2 weeks, the month. So like from that standpoint, okay, that could be a letdown. From the standpoint of, hey, I liked Punk once, from someone who doesn't watch regularly anymore, and I watched the clip on YouTube. I didn't watch the full show. I haven't watched a full show in a long time. Yeah, it was all right. What more could they have done? He wasn't going to have a match back on his first night. I heard in other places people saying, oh, why did he talk? Why didn't he just, go out there? They would have reacted exactly the same. But still, it's like, either or, they did all they could. Going forward, what's the point of him being there? As far as everyone sees now, dream matches are what does everything. So it's like, okay, CM Punk against this guy, CM Punk against that guy. That's the cool thing now. Other than needle moving and things like that, I don't know if he's really going to make a difference. So,
James, I'll rectify what I said before. I apologize. I don't mean to cut you off, but I will rectify what I said before. There was one person I was more happy to see in AEW than either Punk or Nick Gage, and that was seeing a Papadon wrestle on AEW Dark.
There we go. Yeah. Okay.
So,
all right. So for me, who's
Pop
been
definitely.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
No. I was agreeing with GGP being on AEW. That was definitely dope.
Yeah,
Wait, when was he on AEW?
He was
On
on
Dark.
AEW Dark.
he was on Dark.
a few weeks
Oh,
ago.
I've never watched.
He did a
one of
tag
them
team
before,
match on
sadly.
Yeah,
YouTube.
he was on Dark on YouTube. For
Okay.
me, I've been craving, because when I was growing up, I was a big WCW NWA fan.
Yeah.
I've been wanting and craving and begging for an alternative. And when AEW first came out, I was really excited, but then I saw who they signed and I wasn't a big fan of. I've never been a really huge PWG fan. I've never been a huge Shikara fan. It's more about me. It's more about blood sport. It's more about bringing in the shooters and all that stuff. So I kind of understand why my cup of tea is not going to be the most popular. However, CM Punk coming from, yes, I understand he has a 0-2 UFC record. And I still don't count that as a no decision. That's still a loss in his world. The fact that is, he was famous in the WWE when there was 4 million people watching rather than the 1.8 now. And it's not about moving the needle as per se that way, because especially with AEW, their ratings and everything are at least 2 weeks behind what the current Nielsen rating is right now. I'm just excited because it gives them an air of confidence and pseudo momentum that there is an alternative out there, that these guys like Bryan Danielson that wants to have more creative freedom to wrestle in other companies, CM Punk who can do whatever he wants to do and be happy, giving these guys opportunities to do things they want to do on their own terms and not have to answer to Vince McMahon or to Triple H or whoever's in charge over there in Connecticut, makes the wrestling world better. The wrestling world was better when WCW and WWF were competing against each other.
Right.
The
And
world
that,
was,
my friends, is good shit.
that's good shit,
Definitely.
pal. And the wrestling,
That's good shit.
yes, it was, pal. And wrestling has been worse since 2002 when that whole thing went down. We went from 3 companies to 1 company.
Yes.
And so I want more companies out there. I would love to see GCW or Ring of Honor finally get up out of the independent muck and actually become a real organization. I love GCW because of Bloodsport. I really do.
Yeah. Yep.
I love Bloodsport more than anything. I love that
Yeah.
Cal Jax is there. You know, I know that Davey Boy Smith Jr. is not going to be there, but you know, that was the only time I got to see Sherlock actually shoot on somebody. And I mean,
love Schlack.
Schlack is great. And you know what?
Mhm.
He ended the fight in the best way Schlack humanly could possible by getting DQ'd in a shoot fight. It was the most beautiful thing ever. But I love watching these guys show that, hey, you can stretch somebody, because I'm one of those type of guys. I'm one of those guys who likes to, you know, who will get in there and wrestle and actually try to stretch you. I like that stuff. But I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. I know everyone likes the Young Bucks stuff, and I could care less of it. And the deathmatch stuff, I could care less of
No,
it. But
stop
I'm
it.
here for that.
Stop it right now with that Young Buck stuff. Get the hell out of here. That's garbage.
It is garbage. In my world, it
You're
is
trying to
garbage.
say they're one of the greatest tag teams.
That's bullshit. That's
You
bullshit.
cannot
There-
tell
there-
me that
there
they
are-
are
there
one
are
of the
two better
greatest tag teams
Yeah.
and put them up with the Road Warriors
I think
or the
I think
Dudleys or even the Gangsters. Like, stop it. Stop it right now.
I think Santana and Ortiz would be good in any of those areas, and I think FTR would be better in those areas.
Yes.
I think those two teams are really damn good, and they are buried in that damn organization. It pisses me off.
Do I know who FTR are?
That's
yeah.
The Revival from WWE.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I think those two teams are really damn good, and I feel like they're buried because the Bucks are the EVPs. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm
Do
excited
think-
because it gives the
Absolutely.
people opportunities, and I want the Briscoes I want people to see the Briscoes, because fuck are they awesome, and they've been awesome for decades. They're
Yes.
so fucking
Yes.
good, and I want to see them in mainstream.
Absolutely.
Nobody.
Terry Funk didn't need no damn mouthpiece. Two things. Number one, Schlack is the only other. Schlack is the only guy other than Masada who wrestles similarly that I could watch. So I'd love to see Schlack make it to AEW. That'd be great. And two, we were talking about when we stopped watching WWE. I stopped watching WWE after I watched Dark Side of the Ring, Owen Hart.
Oh God.
Oh,
So tragic.
yeah.
Watching those Bret Hart, Owen Hart matches are just, that's freaking wrestling, man. I love that. That's wrestling to me.
It's storytelling.
That's storytelling. And that's what I miss. That's what I enjoy about New Japan and All Japan. That's why I love watching fucking Stan Hansen beat the unholy shit out of somebody. I miss that. I miss that era of badassery and thinking like, you don't want to fuck these guys, Bruiser Brody's, Vaders, and all these guys that you just do not want to fuck with. And I miss that in wrestling because you don't have that anymore. I mean, get that, and that's not to hate on Randy Orton and all those guys. I know those guys are actually tough guys, but still, you don't get the air of I want to fuck. You know, I could still fuck with these guys. You couldn't do that back in the day.
The art of selling is what wrestling is all about.
And it's not just because like I'm right, exactly. Nobody sells anymore. How the hell do you do a Canadian destroyer off the top rope through a table and don't get pinned? Like, that's just nonsense. It's absolute garbage.
Can we go back to the Terry Gordy selling where you'd sell a fucking punch? God damn it.
It's terrible. But if there's one
sorry.
wrestler I do want to see.
Thank you.
If there's one wrestler I do want to see it in either of these wrestling organizations, AEW or WWE, it would be Eric Adams.
Nah.
I want to see this because I want to see my brother get freaking paid. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's paid his dues. It's
Oh
his
God,
time.
he paid his dues.
Let him get in there. Let him do something. Let him be on Dark. Anything. So, Khan, if you're listening, either you Khans, there's two Khans. There's one in AEW and WWE. Stop you're listening.
Stop
There's one in
conning us,
WWE.
cons. Sign Eric Adams. Stop conning us.
Eric Adams.
Who's the one in WWE?
He's the one
Nick.
making all the financial
Yeah, he's
decisions now.
the great
Nick Khan.
yeah, he's the guy who pretty much does these business deals. Like he did the one with Disney and Marvel.
Wait, what happened at WWE, Disney, and Marvel? What happened there?
I did not say that. I did not. No, Nick Khan.
You heard it here
Nick
first,
Khan.
everybody.
Prior to being with the WWE, was the one who did the Disney Marvel merger.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So
Big fan. You know, glad that all happened.
Wayne, are you ready to take control of your show back?
I'm ready to take control of my
Absolutely
show.
not. I'm here.
This isn't Wayne's
Look at
show.
me.
This is our show now.
Look at me.
It's a
Yes,
mutiny,
definitely, it's
remember?
our show.
Yeah.
I'll
So
leave.
yours,
I don't have to be here.
nuestro,
You guys can take over. I'll see you later. I really
Just go
need to
count
be
your
here.
CDs there, Wayne.
All right.
You know,
I'll-
we'll
Good
handle
night,
the shit.
everybody. I'll go to count my
The
CDs.
Brits have
and
taken
you guys
over.
can
It's
continue
Rod
the
Stoddard
show.
Review with the great Harry Barnett.
yeah, bully.
Sounded too high class to sound like me.
Ah, you cunts. There, okay.
Yeah, you need to be more. You need to be more towny there.
All right. I'm ending the show
Howie.
now.
Bully.
Again, Paul, thank you very much for joining us. Look at that.
Thanks for having me, man. It's been a
Yeah,
blast.
No problem. Look at the pop figure this guy makes of himself. Devil
You
Dozer. I went
can't,
to
you can't
see
call me
Upgraded-
narcissistic when I don't make a pop
Yeah.
figure
Oh,
of myself.
This is what
What's going
happens
on?
when Wayne
Nothing. I'm
makes me
doing a
angry.
podcast. I'm talking to some people on a podcast.
Oh, he's getting in trouble again.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Who is it? Who is it? I want to talk to him.
It's the Popo. Don't tell him nothing.
It's a 5-0.
It's the
Freaking
cop.
yeah. Plead your fifth.
It's
Devil
the
Dozer
fuzz.
It's the
said
cops.
he went to see Andre the Giant Andre the Giant wrestle the Ultimate Warrior in Anchorage, Alaska, way back in the day.
Speaking
Match
of no selling,
Oh,
Yeah,
good
the
God.
match lasted
Who
maybe-
sells in that match? Good God.
The match lasted maybe 1 minute with Ultimate Warrior taking it. People were pissed.
Andre probably kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah,
and
man.
said, "Fuck
Andre
this
would
guy."
have fucked him up. Like, I fucked you. I know more. I'm in better movies. Ah.
But again, thank you very much, Paul. He's getting in trouble. Who's bothering you now?
I don't know, some old guy.
Tell him to go watch us
Can't
on
tell me
YouTube.
what to do.
Tell him to
Is
get
he
on his
telling you to get
lawn.
off his lawn? Yeah, look at that. We're both the same thing.
Oh God.
I don't know.
And
You said somebody's
the great
bitching.
Harry Barnett.
Whatever.
Thank you for.
Gentlemen, thanks for having me on, man. I'll talk to you.
Cheers, Paul.
All right, and we'll talk to you
He
soon.
said
Thanks a
good
lot
day.
for coming on. And the great Harry Barnett. Thank you very much for
Later.
joining
Thanks,
us.
man.
All right.
Well, Wayne, the pleasure was all yours. You know, I am kind of a big deal, as I tell a lot of people. And if there's people out there listening now, if Wayne hasn't scared them all off, you can find me at youtube.com/the great Harry Barnett. That is TheGreat, having to spell my own name, HARRYBARNETT. And if you can't spell that, then I'm sure Wayne will tell you how. Just look for Wayne, you know, find him on a street corner and ask him how to spell my name. And the great Harry Barnett on all great social media platforms. But make sure you follow the YouTube, because I want more subscribers.
That's right. Get him more
I'll subscribe to you right
How
after the
many-
show ends.
How many are you up to?
I appreciate that. But that would be 136.
That's not too bad. For how long?
Yeah,
you been on YouTube?
136. Like 20 years. I don't know.
Really? Wow, that's pretty good. And also,
Been
too,
using it 2 years. That's what matters.
oh, so that's all that matters. Also, too, if you do order the new Project Resurrect album, my band, you can, if you're in the UK or anywhere outside of the United States, you will get it from Harry Barnett with a very discounted shipping rate. Not ship it from the US where it'd be like 15, 16 bucks.
He's gonna send that shit Ryanair.
Yeah, he'll keep the price down. You can get pop figures, any kind of 3D printed items from Harry Barnett. So please, if you want something printed 3D, don't ask me because I'm terrible at printing things on the 3D printer.
Have you
Ask
printed
Aaron,
my
he's
pop
the
yet,
pro.
Wayne?
Yeah, I did. Remember, I told you. I just didn't bring it. I should have brought that.
Wayne, I don't remember things. Come on, I've had too many concussions.
Yeah, I printed it in the silver that you told me to get.
Well, now that I'm not retired, we should do that show again.
We should do that again.
Yeah.
We have to. Lou,
You can find me over at musicisLifepodcast.com. And as always, I'm spreading the good word about ratsaladreview.com.
James.
That was way too professional. So I'm going to go with the very professional podcast at Beyond Bushido. We definitely are being professional, even though we haven't not posted a dang show in almost 2-3 months now. But one of these days we'll get back to our wonderful wrestling talk and actually showing some very funny videos that Eric Adams, definitely my co-host, will bring up. And once again, please go to Rat Salad Review. Please go to Music is Life. Go check out Suck My Balls podcast. And just, you know what, support independent podcasts out there, especially ours, so that we can actually get this thing ball rolling and actually get this crazy thing called money one of these days.
Yeah, that would be nice
So,
one day.
It would
We're
be great.
capitalist people.
Yeah, we're dang right. I mean, I might not sound like I am, but I definitely am. I like money.
He's a conscientious capitalist. It's all
I mean,
good.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yes. And once again, pleasure being out here. Thank you for letting me ruin your show once again.
Actually, no, it's been great having you on. It's been a lot of fun. And two, if you do want Beyond Bushido back, let me start that over. If you
Well,
do
you
want
say you can call it
Beyond-
bullshido. It's okay. I mean, be honest with the type of show is we're working with here.
Beyond Bushido. If you want that show back, please go to GoFundMe.com and look up Josefina Santana, and please donate. So the closer we can get to that goal to help Eric Adams' mother, the faster that we can get Eric Adams back on Beyond Bushido, get the wrestling back on the Rat Salad Review, and everything will be happy. And
Bring back the quality content.
Big fan.
Why
of
is your
that show,
fingernail
big
black?
fan.
Did you paint your fingernail black, or did you hit your?
Oh,
hand?
you don't know about this?
No.
Oh, so when I was in Nashville,
Right finger.
I dropped. Oh, it was the best finger to do it too. I dropped a drop floor ceiling while I was doing the fiber optic job at the Air Force Base, and I dropped a 30-pound or 50-pound drop floor on it, and luckily
lot
did
of
not
money
break
to
the
drop.
nail. Yeah, it was the perfect thing to drop on there. Lots of blood, but no loss of nail or limb or anything, so we're good. So I can just-
ECW.
That's
ECW.
nasty. That's the best finger to have it on too.
It is the best one. So it's the only way the Air Force will allow me to have a painted fingernail is to actually freaking completely destroy it. Got it.
Cool. Very very cool.
And we'll have
Hopefully
Goldilocks
that
on the
moves.
show eventually. Don't worry.
Goldilocks will be back at some point. We're going to reschedule, so don't worry about that. I talked to her yesterday. Very cool person, and she even promoted that we're going to reschedule. So she had to get to that show. So more important thing, she's not getting paid being here. She's getting paid to be at the show. So
make her go. Yeah. Let's not be mad at her for making money. For God's sake.
No, not at all. So again,
we'll put the heat on Wayne.
Why is it always got to be on me?
Because
you're the host, Wayne. It's
you're the one running the shit, pal.
But again, thanks everybody for watching and joining in on the chat. Thanks John Nord, and thank you Devil Dozer for checking us out. And everybody else, I know there's a bunch of other people watching the show. They just weren't in the chat, but thanks again for watching the show. And again, our album tonight was Orion the Hunter. Go check it out. We all pretty much liked it, except for Paul. He didn't really care for it too much. He liked the first two songs. But even if Harry Barnett, the great Harry Barnett, liked something, some music, you got to listen to it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Don't make him sound like such a big friggin' curmudgeon. God
well, he's
bless.
not a music listener. So, if he likes music, then there might be something good on that you should go listen to it.
When I pay attention, that says a lot,
Yeah, there we go.
Most of the time, Wayne will say something. Most of the time, Wayne will say
your
something.
good graces. When it catches your good graces.
By the way,
Yeah,
Harry,
exactly.
I do collect Funko Pops. So if you're in the business of custom making Funko Pops, I'll contact you for some custom ones.
I got you.
Sweet.
The vinyl. Yes, this is the only vinyl of Project Resurrect. The one and only. I'm not making another one. I made this for myself just to see what it would sound like on vinyl. And when I made this,
which means it sounds better.
No, this doesn't sound better.
Did you send Vince Russo one? He likes his albums.
He got a copy of the CD and he did not like the music because it was too heavy for him. So he's giving it to his son.
Bro, you're kidding me, bro.
Bro.
I'll be honest with you, bro. It's not good, bro.
Oh, bro, it's not my cup of tea, bro. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now.
He actually, I'll get his message because I didn't know he had a lot of shit going on the time I sent it to him. So he had it almost for a month before he listened to it. But he was getting his new network all started up, so he hasn't had time to listen to it. Because I kept
the
saying
20 grand he dropped on Realm.
Right, and now he
got his number one fan, Jim Cornette.
Yeah. So he writes back, bro, heavy, really heavy. Not my taste in music, but I'm a guy who fancies Neil Diamond. But regardless of the genre, I know good music when I hear it. The music was good. My son loves this stuff. After I listen to the whole CD, I'm going to send it to him.
Bro.
Yeah.
Go Giants.
So that's Vince Russo. And I was hoping he was going to mention it on one of his shows, but he never did. So whatever.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Every time I go into his chat, he literally, bro, the great Harry Barnett's here, bro.
Yeah.
Outlaw Mud Podcast.
That's
damn right. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye, guys.
That's right. And thank you. Fuck you. Bye to everybody. And great Harry Barnett. I bid you adieu. I said good
Cheers.
day.
I said good day.
See you next week.